Right, without further ado, I want to welcome my special guest, and he's a young man, never been on the radio before, so treat him gently, okay? Lovely young man called Jack Lewis. Jack, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm a bit nervous. How are you?
Don't be nervous, my friend. Don't be nervous. We've got some lovely listeners out there, and they will be listening intently to what you say and what you sing, I'm sure. Very unusual. I've been listening to Jack's record for the last few days, and he's an unusual young man. Very interesting songs, I think you'll agree, quite different. So it's always good to have something different on the gig guide. Anyway, so welcome. Relax, it's fine. First of all, tell us all about yourself.
Well, I picked up the guitar just 3 years ago, and
okay.
Yeah, before that I was just kind of roaming around, plodding along,
So how old are you? Tell people how old you are.
I'm 22.
22, okay.
Yeah, and so just past 3 years I've just been playing guitar, singing, and yeah, so kind of a new thing.
Okay. So whereabouts do you live? Are you locally?
I'm in Exeter.
You're an Exeter lad, okay. So have you always lived in Exeter, Jack?
No, I originally I came from South Molton. And,
I know some in North Devon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice place there.
Yeah, I know North Devon quite well. So you've been playing guitar for 3 years. Always acoustic, because you're going to play acoustic for us tonight.
Yeah, always acoustic really. I've played a bit of electric guitar, but acoustic, there's just something about it. It just sounds beautiful when it's played.
It's a very different instrument. I play a little bit. So I don't play much, but I play mostly a bit of electric. But it is a lovely instrument. It really, really is.
Yeah.
So what sort of guitar have you got? Tell us about your guitar. Is this your only guitar? Have you got a collection already?
Well, I'm a bit of a hoarder for guitars.
Oh, here we go.
It's awful. It's just taken over my life. It started with one. Now I'm up to about 6 guitars. They're just taken over.
Okay. So what have you brought in tonight?
I've brought in it's relatively new actually.
Okay.
It's a Tanglewood acoustic guitar.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
yes.
lovely sounding guitar.
Yes.
I've gone through stages of guitars. I've gone through one which is just massive, and trying to play that on stage is a nightmare because you're just hiding behind this thing.
Yes. And he's only a little fella, actually. I hope you don't mind me saying so.
No, not at all, no. Yeah, I just had this massive guitar, and playing that on stage,
sort of jumbo.
Yeah.
Now, Tanglewood guitars are lovely. I mean, I've had a few guests use Tanglewood. Yeah, really, really nice.
Yeah, lovely thing.
I'll tell you what. Before we go any further, shall we have a bit of music?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, what are you going to play for us?
I'm going to play. This first song is called Promise. It's the first one I actually wrote. So I was playing different covers and all of that, trying to learn the different chords, and this one just kind of came out really. Just went with it, and this kind of just appeared. Yeah.
Excellent.
This one's called Promise.
Okay, lovely. Take it away.
I made a promise I couldn't keep, that I'd always be there for you. And I'm trying my hardest for you, but I made a promise I couldn't keep. And I know you're feeling sad, and I know I let you down. I just want your forgiveness now. I don't deserve this. I know I let you down, and I let you down. I let you down. make it up to you somehow, and I'll make it up. I made a promise I can keep, that I'd always be there for you, and I'm trying my hardest for you, but I made a promise I can keep.
Lovely stuff. Well done. You've just sung your first track live on the radio, my friend, and it went really well.
It's an incredible feeling. I can't describe it.
Oh, bless your heart. Oh, well, no, that was terrific. Thank you ever so much for sharing that. Now, you said that was one of the first songs you wrote. So was that like 3 years ago when you first picked the guitar up, or when did that arrive, that song?
So when I first picked up the guitar, I was just learning covers. So I actually went to a concert, and I was listening to the lyrics, and I went home, and I picked up the guitar and was just messing around with some chords, and out of nowhere just came that beginning bit, and I started humming along with it, kept repeating it for about an hour, and then suddenly lyrics came out, and I thought, oh,
that's how it works.
Yeah, it just wow, is that how you write songs, really?
Who had you been to see? I'm intrigued.
Frances. I don't know if you've heard of her. She's an incredible singer. She's a piano player and sings some incredible songs.
Sorry, what was the name?
Frances.
No, I don't. No, okay.
Yeah, she's a wonderful talent. Yeah, yeah, and it just inspired me really.
I was going to come on to this later, but as you mentioned it, sort of inspirations. What has inspired? I mean, that obviously that live event did. What else has inspired you over the years? I mean, what made you pick up the guitar in the first place, for instance?
Well, I've always had a guitar since a young age, and I couldn't play it, and it pestered me for so long. It's just sat in the corner of my room, just taunting me.
Sat there shouting at you.
Yeah, like just playing me.
Yeah.
And I was in college, and I was listening to different music, and there's so many different songs that were influencing me, so many different singers, and I was thinking, there's so many things I want to just write down and play. And it came to about 3 years ago. I'd had an accident, and I thought, I actually have the time now. I can sit down, I can write songs, I can play. And so it kind of went from there, really, and I guess life around me just inspired and influenced different songs. And
so no particular artist that you particularly admire, which you try to avoid copying, if you see what I mean?
There's one in particular that everyone compares me to.
Go on then.
I can't see the resemblance, but it's Ed Sheeran. I don't know if it's a ginger hair or the guitar or what. I have no idea.
You're not that ginger.
No, someone said it. Yeah, I'm not that ginger.
No, I can sort of hear. Yeah, I know what they're saying. I wouldn't have jumped out of me personally, I suppose. But having said that, then yes, I do get it. But then you're a young chap with a guitar, slightly ginger. So I mean, it could be that. Okay, well, it's not a bad road to follow, to be honest. If you have half the success he has.
Yeah, he's incredible.
How would you describe your music, Jack? Have you got, or wouldn't you?
I never used to really describe it as anything before, but I guess it's not really a genre. Like you just said, it's kind of unique, you know. So I guess I'd describe it as alternative, really. You know, it doesn't really fit into anywhere. It's just kind of new.
I was listening to your EP, which we'll talk about again in a minute or two. But I was listening to that at home. I thought, this is different. This isn't your sort of, if I can put it like this, your sort of normal singer-songwritery sort of stuff. I don't know whether that's deliberate or whether it's just you.
I guess it's a bit of both, really. I mean, when I first started writing, I thought, it's not similar to stuff that's out there, really. And I thought, well, if I just go with that, really, I mean, if I'm going to be the same as everyone else, I'm not really going to get anywhere,
I think you're right. I think you do have to have I suppose in business terms, it'd be USP, wouldn't it? It's something which makes you stand out.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Just fall into that. I mean, I guess it's been called out a kind of, I don't know, a bracket that my music falls into, just different, and there's never really been done before, so it's definitely something that I can dive into with everything.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I haven't got anyone to be compared to or, follow the tracks of or anything.
Sure. Not even Ed Sheeran.
No, not even Ed Sheeran.
I'll tell you what, shall we have another track? Or shall we talk about the record? Let's have another song. I'm really keen to hear something else after that first one. So what are you going to play for us now?
Oh, well, do you know what, I might play something that's a bit more upbeat,
Yeah. I'm up for an upbeat song. Yeah, go for it.
This one's called Apporval. So this is actually the second song I wrote, which
you're going way back, aren't you?
Yeah, really digging it up now.
Okay, good.
She's not as confident when you first meet, but she's still perfect for me. And she may not be kind and sweet, but she's still perfect for me. Fresh-faced and weary-eyed, she's living the dream. She's going out every day and still plans to leave. And she's out drinking and wasting money, but she's still perfect for me. And asking for everyone's approval and getting nowhere. Yeah, she's super hateful and asking for more than what they've got, and eventually losing her plot. Going out, trying to make a difference, and hoping and praying that they keep a distance. And she's getting nowhere, yet she still plays fair. Yeah, she's begging for redemption, but giving in to temptation. And asking for everyone's approval, and getting nowhere. Yeah, she's super hateful, and asking for more than what they've got. And eventually, yeah, she's losing her plot. Messenger for the great and peaceful, and she's still planning on being faithful. Yeah, this lady's the one for me. Yeah, she's bold and strong and asking for everyone's approval and getting nowhere. Yeah, she's super hateful and asking for more than what they've got, and eventually losing her plot. Yeah, she's asking, whoa. Yeah, she's asking.
Great stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're listening to a session with Jack Lewis, and we'll get back to Jack in just a moment. But I'm just going to read out some of the entrants for our competition, if you don't mind, Jack. Is that all right?
Yeah,
you take a breather, my friend, and we'll just do a bit of admin here before we come back to you. Hairy Dan, Susie J, Bevster, Viv from Exmouth, Andy H in Budley, Ashton in sunny Exmouth, MJ, Brenda, Jan, Captain Kurt, Claire Furlong, Jane in Exeter, and Dazza Marsh. You are all absolutely correct. You are in with a chance of winning that pair of tickets, plus a meet and greet, plus a CD, plus, I should imagine you'll get other stuff as well. But you'll at least those three things. So the quiz question this week to win that pair of tickets, and you've still got all 3/4 of an hour or so to get your answer in. Which artist, not artists, artist, it's a solo artist, recorded Betcha by Golly Wow first, but it was under a different name, okay? It was recorded in 1970, by the way, I've looked it up. Which artist first recorded Betcha by Golly Wow? If you could text or email the answer with your name, and the text number is, as always, 07947 211 311, email studio@exmouthair.fm. I think we've had another incorrect. I think Honeybee Sue, Phyllis Hyman. No, not Phyllis Hyman, I'm sorry. But we have got 13 of you in already. Now, are you ready for a bit of feedback, young Master Lewis?
Go on then. If it's constructive, yes.
It's a lovely message. It's from Hairy Dan, and Hairy Dan often gives us feedback on our live acts, which I'm really, really pleased about, and thank you, Dan. Really enjoyed Promise, he said. I would love to hear a duet of that song with a female vocalist harmonising.
I reckon that can be arranged.
I think
something in the working.
Well, okay. Well, so that's a suggestion from Hairy Dan there. So, got another fan there, my friend. So well done. Thank you, Dan, for letting us know. It's really nice for people, particularly young musicians, who haven't done a lot of this sort of thing, to get feedback from people listening. And it certainly sounded good on my headphones here. Really
Thank you.
So, we talked a little bit about songwriting. Have you written loads of songs?
Too many.
What's too many?
I'd say about 4 big bookfuls of songs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so we've got a songbook already, have we?
Oh, we have, yeah. I've always learned from writing songs, it's always, you can write a good song and then you can write a million bad songs, but there's always a good one that's going to come out of it.
So that's an interesting point, isn't it? How do you, as someone who wrote them, recognise it's a good or a bad song? Or do you play it to other people and get what they say?
I play it to my girlfriend. She's a big critic. A
big critic?
Big critic, yes.
What's your girlfriend's name?
Michelle.
I bet she's listening, isn't she?
Yeah.
Hi, Michelle.
She's probably...
Don't be so critical. No, it's a good... I'm joking, but it's a good thing to have someone who tells you the honest truth in a constructive way, of course. Yeah, absolutely. No, well done, Michelle. Keep him at it. He's good. Anyway, go on. Sorry, we were talking about songwriting.
Yeah, so I play it to my girlfriend, and I don't know, sometimes when I'm listening to them back, so I sometimes record them, sometimes don't.
Oh, right.
I listen to them back and I think, that's kind of a bit boring, need something else. Or there's some that just really click, like Promise. It just clicked as, that's
you knew straight away that was, this has got something here. You didn't. Do you have to work at it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Promise. That one took me quite a while because there was so many different lyrics that were involved with it, so many different versions, and it's kind of just evolved into what it is now. I mean, it's still changing sometimes, but it's the same with every song. It always change. There's always other influences. Like there's some songs that I've written that are kind of reggae style, and then just changed completely.
Oh, okay, yeah. What about live work? I think you mentioned gigs, didn't you, right at the start of our chat? So, are you gigging? Where are you playing?
Yeah, I gig all over the place, really. Yeah, wherever anyone is advertising or if anyone gets in contact. But at the moment, I'm gigging kind of in London.
Oh, right. Okay, well done. Good for you. So, anywhere in particular? Royal Albert Hall?
Oh, I could dream.
Next year, maybe.
Next year.
No, seriously, what sort of gigs are you doing in London?
Well, there are small live music venues that I've been gigging. There was one recently which I absolutely loved. I got up on stage and there was tons of people in there all singing my songs back to me. It was incredible.
Wow,
incredible.
Good for you. So where was that?
It was a place called the Beehive in London.
Okay.
Nice venue in there.
Whereabouts in London is that?
Oh, good question.
I know London's a big place. I'm just intrigued because being a Londoner, I sort of know some places, obviously.
I think it's in the north part of London. I think
Okay.
just a little bit on the outskirts, just as you're coming into the main part of London.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
It's a pub, presumably.
A pub, live music venue. Yeah. Live music venue makes it sound big. I don't know.
No. I think these venues are important, and there's lots of open mic sessions in Exmouth. Have you ever done any of those?
I've done a lot in Exeter. I've done a lot of open mics.
Yeah, you ought to come down to Exmouth and do some. We have got some great local musicians here. Very welcoming they are too. I've got to know some of them over the years since I've been doing this show. So you ought to come down here and do a few of the open mic nights down here.
Absolutely,
yeah, good. So, have you got any big gigs coming up? You got much planned?
I have a gig coming up in July on the 13th. That's in London. It's at a place called the Rocksteady. I'm getting tickets sent through soon.
Oh, right, okay.
15 exclusive tickets that I can give away.
We'll tell people how to get in touch with you later on, for people that are interested. But London's a bit of a long way to go for some people, I'm sure. What about more locally? You do anything locally?
Local, in Tiverton, I have coming up. I'm at Tiverton Pannier Market. That's in July as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be playing a few songs there, which I'm looking forward to. Maybe some off my EP, which is exciting.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about that, have we? We sort of moved on from that. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so we've got some gigs coming up. So do let me know about your gigs coming up, so I can tell people and add them to the gig list. That'd be super.
Absolutely.
Now you've talked about the EP. And the EP seems to be the weapon of choice of young singer-songwriters these days. Not albums, it's got to be an EP, 4 or 5 tracks. How can people listen to this?
So it's available on SoundCloud.
Mm-hmm.
That is a free service. You can listen to it there. It's also available for free download on there. So...
I tell you what, get the free download before he's famous, okay? Because as soon as they get well known, they take it off the free download. So it's SoundCloud. Now, just to tell everyone how to spell your name, because they might think it's J-A-C-K, but it's J-A-K Lewis, L-E-W-I-S. So it's quite simple, but it's easy to get wrong, I imagine. J-A-K-L-E-W-I-S, Jack Lewis. If you go on SoundCloud, you'll find him easy enough. If I can find him, anyone can. So anywhere else? Are you on iTunes or anything like that at the moment? Not yet?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay.
I should be soon.
Spotify?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
I will be soon.
Yeah, good. Okay,
will be soon.
Right. Well, that's, I think it is good to get on all those platforms because kind of people expect it now, don't they?
Yeah.
Good. Right, get it on there. Right, that's your homework. We talked about future plans, and as I say, you let us know where you're gigging, and we'll get that out. Do come and play in Exmouth. As I say, there's open mic nights at several of the pubs and things now, and the local musicians will make you very, very welcome, I'm sure.
That sounds great.
Okay. After we finish talking, I'll make a suggestion, but I'm not going to do it on air. Okay. Okay, can we have one more? Can I persuade you to play one more?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Yep.
Yeah, what are we going to hear now?
This one is off the EP itself. This one is... Oh, so I was sat in a car writing this one.
Well, just now?
Yeah.
No, sorry. It's on your EP, yeah.
I dedicate this one to my supportive girlfriend who's always been there,
That'd be Michelle.
Yeah.
Good.
It's called Someone Like Her.
Someone Like Her. Oh, lovely. Okay, let's hear Someone Like Her.
Find me someone like her, someone deeper in my heart. Find me someone like her, someone to share all of me. And I know it's gonna be hard to give up your heart, and I know it's gonna be hard to place your love in me. Find me someone like her, someone deeper in my heart. Find someone like her, someone to share all of me. And I know it's gonna be hard to give up your heart, and I know it's gonna be hard to place your trust in me. All your trust in me. And I know 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 it's gonna be hard to give up your heart, and I know it's gonna be hard to place your love in me. Find me someone like her, someone deeper in my heart. Find me someone like her, someone to share all of me. Share your love, 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 share your love.
Excellent. The third of three smashing songs, Someone Like Her. And you also heard Apporval, and you also heard Promise earlier on. And, yeah, it's been an absolute delight having you.
Thank you for having me.
Do you feel better now?
I do, yeah.
I know you're a bit nervous. I mean, it's the first time on, but you did superbly. Really, really well done. That's brilliant. Thank you ever so much. And as I always say to people that come on this show, once you've been invited once, you don't have to be asked again. You can just get in touch and say, I'd like to come in and play, and you can do it any time.
Absolutely. Okay. That's brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime you want to come in and talk and play, we'd love to have you back. Okay. Keep in touch.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
What about how people can get in touch with you? We haven't talked about that just before we go.
Yeah, to get in touch with me, I'm pretty much everywhere and anywhere.
All the usual social media things.
Yeah, the best way to get in contact with me is through Facebook. And it's pretty much just Jack Lewis on Facebook. Yeah, and you'll find me. It's a bit of an odd spelling.
Yeah, it is, and that's a good thing, I think. J-A-K, Jack Lewis. You'll find him on Facebook, and that's what I'll be doing. I will be, and I'll be following what you do very closely, because I think you've got something very special going there. Well done. Thank you. And we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Bye for now.
This programme is brought to you in association with Michael Clark Limited, your local, reliable and prompt plumbing, gas and electrical engineers. Call Exmouth 274 237.